What do I want to accomplish at life is spread awareness about disabilities, not just about cerebral palsy, but about spina bifida, traumatic brain injury, spinal cord injuries, all of those, and just to show people that just because we have a disability doesn't mean that we can't do anything. My condition hasn't really affected my sports. As far as daily life goes, it's kind of like a learn to adapt type thing. Like, say if you break your ankle and you have to wear a cast for a couple of days. You have to learn to adapt while wearing the cast. It's just the same as having cerebral palsy. I have to learn to adapt to my environment.
It makes me very emotional whenever I see Alicia do good things. I remember very vividly back to the state track meet back in May, where she was representing Stevens as our first wheelchair athlete. Hadn't been to the state meet in a while with any athlete, and here, whenever I saw her, perform in the shot put as well as in the 400 and in the 100, but primarily in the shot put, she was sitting in first place, the entire time, and I was just going crazy. It was like one of the best feelings ever. And then on the very last throw, it looked like she was going to get the gold medal. On the very last throw, the very last girl outthrew her by 1.5 inches, and it was like, oh man, we almost had it, but it gave us something to be hungry for this year. And I know that she's going to be coming back stronger. She's been working really, really hard, but those emotions that welled up inside of me that day, it was like nothing I've ever experienced before in all my years of coaching.
Well, I didn't know anything when she first was born about cerebral palsy. We really didn't get a diagnosis on her until she was like 3 years old. She was born at 1 pound 8 ounces. She was born at 24 weeks. She had her first airplane ride at a week old because she had an intestinal tear. So I really didn't know anything about it when she was first born. She was just a miracle, and she just kept surviving. We brought her home at 4 weeks. So when we knew she was going to have some development difficulties when she was first born, and so actually I had to start researching about cerebral palsy. So what cerebral palsy really is, and what I found out throughout the years, is that there's just a misfiring of the brain to the muscles. For people with cerebral palsies, it's just how the brain fires to the muscles in her body. As she was younger, she had hypertonia, which is she had too much muscle tone. So when 2012, when she was born, in 2012, we decided to do a surgery where they severed the nerves that were misfiring to the muscles in her legs. Because if we hadn't done something at that point in her life, she probably would have ended up in a wheelchair permanently at all times. So now she can actually walk, but she has to walk with assistance. So it's just a malfunction. So there's nothing wrong with the brain as far as intellectually. There's nothing wrong with her. It's just the way the brain fires to the muscles in her body.
Alicia Mears has faced many battles and has overcome them, as we've seen. She is a force to not be reckoned with. Alicia suffers from cerebral palsy, but what most people know, that's not the only battle she's been dealing with. Her condition is just a part of her story. What people don't know is that Alicia grew up without her parents. From what's known, she's taken care of by her 2 grandmothers, Donna Robinson and Grandma Luann. Her mother, Ashley Lincoln, suffered from substance abuse and is currently not a part of Alicia's life. And her father, Dean Mears, has departed from her life. Since the absence of Alicia's parents, she has not given up on herself. She continues to turn her hurt and struggle into drive in order to continue to move forward. Regardless of her condition, Alicia continues to live her life and wants other people to know that they can too.
What drives me to move forward would probably be... Oh man, that's a very good question. I say it would be the people I'm surrounded by.
The only restraint she's ever going to have is the one she puts on herself, that makes sure she always surrounds herself with positive people, and no matter what she wants, where she wants to go, just associate herself with the right people, and she'll go wherever she wants to in life.